STS deprogram for a reason, because I had to get rid of that old programming that nearly took my life away. It's real life shit. That's why I'm here today. And yeah, we're back with Lady Crown. And we don't stay down, we stay up. And we don't chat pop, but it's not real talk. It's another midweek catch up. And it's a beautiful day, you know. Shouts to Amara,
Yep.
the rising star.
All praises.
All praises to the Most High. And yeah, shout outs to Auntie Merlin out there. Hugo bossing me up, you know, star. Thank you for that gift. And also, shout outs to my little cousin out there, Naima. She's 9 years old, you know, 9 years old yesterday, number 9, special number of completion. And big ups to you. She had a good time, didn't she?
Oh, she had a lovely time. Yes, very, very nice time.
Bless her, bless her. And yeah, shout outs to Alicia out there. And big ups to everybody that's tapped into this video, you know, because I'm telling you, you're connecting with the divine, trust me, because we're giving off that good energy every single second, because we really live by this mantra, trust me. And shout out to all the soul connections out there, because trust me, our aura.
Yeah, our aura really resonates
with your energy.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Just got to make sure, you know, that I'm correct, you know what I mean? But yeah, you know what? Quick message for you, you know?
Yeah, let me, you know, Lady Crown say greetings.
Oh, yo, sorry. You know what? I'm just so tapped in. Sorry.
Grand rising, people, family, loved ones. It's good to be here. I'm in my...
I was about to get the water.
Yeah, forget some Medea.
No. Of course, yo, fam. Just there. No, you're there, you know.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. What's coming to my head right now? This is key, yeah? I'm connected much more stronger connection with my spirit guides. And I done something yesterday that I was unsure about doing. And my spirit guys are like, oh, listen, you got to do this. And it's minor. But what I realized is that with the spirit guys is that they're always guiding you on the right path. And when I done what they told me to do, guess what happened? I received more energy back into my field. And it's a beautiful thing, you know, when you get guidance from the higher realms, because trust me, I said it to Lady Cran earlier, it might have been yesterday, spirit guys, trust me, they're much smarter than me. Because they've got this awareness that is linked to that universal intelligence. We are as well, but they're guiding us all the time in different ways. And they guide us through voices, through energy, which is key, and especially feeling, baby, ooh yeah. And trust me, shout out to the spirit guys, the angels and the ancestors out there. Trust me, you gotta be aware. Like I like to say, they just there. Me and my third eye is clear. And when you open up your third eye, so many things change for you, because you can navigate your vessel in a much better way. And shout out to the spirit guys, they've helped me so much. And the thing about it is with the spirit guys is that they was here when you was born, you know what I mean? They've been here your whole life. It's just that when you have a spiritual awakening like myself, and especially with Kundalini and things like that, you have even more of a connection, because you're putting your focus on it. Because like I like to say, wherever your focus goes, your energy flows. So because I put my focus on it, I'm really getting that divine guidance, and hopefully our messages are really reaching you, you know, helping you, because we're all spirits, you know. But we've got spirits around us as well, innit? You know what I mean? We're in a spiritual world first. This is just a physical plane. And the more and more that you get in touch with your spirit, the more and more that you can be guided to the right places and the right people. So trust me, one thing I'm going to bring Lady Crown in a sec. One thing I've really learned is that what the spirit guys really help you do, this is so key, you know, to help you change, you know, your old programming. And you know me, STST program, because what they do, they push you to do something that's uncomfortable but helps you grow. You see, a lot of people, they're not changing because they're sticking to the old habits, the old ways. Me, I'm always developing my consciousness and my mind, and especially my action, because trust me, it gives me satisfaction. And when you really tap into your heart and your purpose, your soul purpose, everything changes for you, because you'll realize that you're here for a reason, you know. Trust me. Everybody's here for a reason. We just need to wake up to that fact. So yeah, blessings to all of you.
Yeah. Yet again, Deep says, I don't know, all sorts of calamities taking place on the planet, but we'll shout out to the people of Libya who were hit by the storm. Libya floods wipe out quarter of the city, thousands dead. Storm Daniel hit country, crumbling from conflict, because ever since the invasion of Libya and the overturning of the murder of Muammar Gaddafi, because that's what it was a murder and assassination, that country has literally just gone lawless totally. Officials say death toll over 5,000 according to local media. Dam burst in Derna, wiping out parts of the city. UN says emergency teams being mobilized on the ground. Derna, Libya, September 12th. This is done by Reuters, the media organizations. Thousands of people were killed and at least 10,000 were missing in Libyan floods caused by a huge Mediterranean storm that burst dams, swept away buildings, and wiped out as much as a quarter of the eastern coastal city of Derna. That was on the 12th of September, which was yesterday. What can we say? This is all of these calamities, catastrophes are all going to happen. These, even if it's these machines that man have built called the HARP, that they can send energy up into the ionosphere and have it come back down and cause whatever it causes, the planet will still do what it does on top of what man does. Do you get what I'm saying? Because you have your natural disasters, and as we already know, you have your man-made disasters, but nonetheless there's always going to be casualties and loss of life. So our thoughts and prayers go out to the people of Libya. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping that there's support coming in there, because with countries like that where the Europeans go into and America go into and decimate, they don't tend to offer a hand to help out when things like this happen, because they've already decimated the country. But there's a big shift taking place, and where Africa was colonized and downtrodden and all its resources stripped from it, and the people left to eat mud cakes, that's all coming to an end, because these people are going to start to retain their natural resources and do trade with other countries on a level plane, on an equal footing. It has to be that way. The people don't have to be starving. There's people over here that have to be going to food banks. It's designed that way, because when they create the chaos and the poverty and the hunger, guess what? They can manipulate you and control you. Oh, right, we've got the solution for you, but you need to do X, Y, and Z, or you need to sign here, or you need to take a medical intervention. Do you see what I'm saying? Because it's that control over your lives that these people can still want to continue to have. So they're going to cause the most mayhem, all over the world. So if you're someplace where you think, oh, well, not much has happened here, you're probably caught up with your television, because yes, it is happening. You've got families that can't feed themselves, families being evicted from their homes. Do you get what I'm saying? So yes, it is happening here. It's just that you're not directly affected by it, because you're abstract, you're matrixed off, and you can't really feel the plight of your fellow brothers and sisters out there. But trust me, we're all one, we're all interconnected, and if we haven't all got what we need, then guess what? Nobody should be happy. Do you get what I'm saying?
That's why I was saying earlier about getting more in touch with your spirit. Because if you're more in touch with your spirit, then you're more in touch with the whole world.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because we're all interconnected, like you just said.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So more people need to really get in touch with their spiritual essence.
Yeah.
A great way how they controlled a lot of people is by making them focus on the physical plane only.
Yes.
And that's what distracts us away from our power. So you're not getting divine guidance.
Yeah.
You're getting guided by the matrix that causes many tricks.
Oh, yes.
You know what I mean? We have to realize that it's crucial times right now. We need to wake up.
Yes.
As a collective in order for it to really change, because it's not just about one man or one woman.
No,
it's about all of us.
All of us. Absolutely. So, yeah. Absolutely. My mother, my sister, and my niece went to see the Sound of Freedom. On Tuesday, I believe it was. What day is it today? Wednesday. They went on Monday, and when my mum got back, she said that she was just overwhelmed by what she had to, what she sat through. Because I said, and that is a minutia in comparison to what really happens to some of these children. And she said she just found herself in floods of tears. You know what I'm saying? That's that feeling. That's a connection. I guess, for the child bearers, for the ones that actually carry the life, bring the life forward. You know what I mean? As a female of the species, these when you see and hear about the harm caused to little ones, it tugs at your heartstrings. Do you get what I'm saying? And even she didn't even have a good night's sleep. She was said, I was just tossing and turning, and the images were flashing through her mind. I said, sometimes we have to come out the comfort zone, because when you hear about certain things, you hear about it, you just carry on. But when somebody sits you down in front of something that you have to absorb for over an hour and a half, whatever, I think it's 1 hour, 50 minutes of the movie, it actually starts to sink in. The penny starts to drop, and then it's more of a reality rather than something that you just hear fleetingly and then carry on with your life. Do you get what I'm saying? Yet again, only 6 people in a cinema because they're not promoting it. So share it, please, as far as you can, as wide as you can. Sound of Freedom. Go and see it. Jim Caviezel, who's the director of the movie, and remember, this is actual true life events. This is just true story, and it is pertaining to the trafficking of our sons and our daughters, because that's what they are. So spread it far and wide. Get your people them to go out and see it. When Barbie crap came out, it was all over the place. We were talking about this Barbie movie, because that's what they do. That's the Matrix, yeah? You have to step aside. You have to put that down and say, you know what, no more am I going to be beguiled, because that's what it is. They beguile you and give you a lip of hogwash, whilst the real reality of life, you're totally oblivious to until it actually directly impacts on you. And it shouldn't be like that, you know? So, big shout out to them for going to see it, going to see the movie, and I dare say it will change their thought processes and how they then think and what they then do, because that's what it is. When you see and hear something like that, you need to start thinking, what is it you can do on your just as a man or a woman. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, big shout out to them. One thing I haven't mentioned for a while actually is the BRICS nations, because they had a summit in Johannesburg in August, 22nd of August this year. And it wasn't really out there that much, because this is the split of the East and the West. So you've got Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Now you've got another 6 countries that have now joined, not applied to join, they've now joined the BRICS, which, what can I say? So we've got new members, 6 new members. So you have, let's have a look. Iran, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Argentina, UAE, and Ethiopia. These 6 countries have joined the BRICS nations. Now remember, Saudi Arabia had was a 50-year contract that they had with America to supply oil and pay for the oil in dollars. It's called a petrodollar. Everybody buying oil had to use the US dollar. That's why it had so much hegemony and so much control, because it was a world reserve currency. So your currency had to be converted into their currency, the US dollar, to then do your business. Saudi Arabia contract ended. It ended this year, that 50-year contract. Saudi Arabia now sounds up with the BRICS. What do they have? Loads of, war leap of. Exactly, oil. Trust me. And that is needed for every part of your life, industry, food, manufacturing, you name it. That's what it is. So what do you think is going to happen in terms of inflation, price increases, shortages? It's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's a given. Unfortunately for us, we're in the West, who have caused much of the mayhem with that, wielding that sword of power and control, because they have the control of the currency. That currency is now flowing away from them, because that's what currency is. It's not money. Currency, water. You get what I'm saying? Maritime. It's currency, and it's moving. Because one thing with water, it never stays stagnant. It doesn't stay still. It will always move, and that's what's happening. The power is shifting from the east to the west. Sorry, from the west to the east. It's a shift. You know what I'm saying? It's a paradigm shift that's taking place right in front of your very faces. But like we all know, people are caught up with hogwash, their busy lives, worrying about the next virus that's coming along to attack them and all those things. So they're totally unaware and oblivious to the monumental shifts that's taking place on the planet, not only from the other star constellations coming into alignment with the planet Earth, but what's physically happening on the planet. There's a lot There's a lot. The banks are insolvent, all of them. What are you waiting for, people? Convert, take it out, buy what you need: food, water, security, barterability, build your communities. You get what I'm saying? If you don't do this now, I don't know when you're going to do it, because let me tell you something. Dog, nyam your supper, as my mother would say. Trust me, your belly going long. Your sons and daughters will be hungry, and you'll have nothing to give them. We've already, I mean, we're up the allotment. We're up here most of the times when we're recording. Well, that's for the longest time, right? Since I can't remember the last time we've done it anywhere else. And you've seen from, behind us, where there's been actually nothing in the bed. It's just soil. And then you've seen it where we've got the big growth and the pumpkins. We've shown you some of the produce that, trust me, a lot of these things you can still do on a terrace if you live in a flat, but you have to do something. You can't be reliant on the poison, because they are poisoning the air, the water, and the food. Do you get what I'm saying? So if you're not taking care of your own, then I don't know what you're going to do. I really don't. No, you.
Yeah, it's all about being self-sufficient, isn't it?
Absolutely.
That's what we should be taking part in now.
Yeah.
Because like I said earlier, it's crucial times now. Take your power back.
You're better. You're better.
So many people have been getting so many signs that the system's not really helping you on your journey. You got to help yourself. Absolutely. And help each other. Yeah. We need to come together, more unity, and gain more strength from that. Yes. The greatest communities out there have got great unity. It's all interconnected. Like because look at that. We spoke about before that state in America. There's a town in America. I think it might be in New York, where the ex-veterans are running the area. Yeah. The police don't police that area. Yeah. And the crime rate's very low. Yeah. Because they deal with it in-house. Exactly. There's no outer forces controlling their community. Oh, right. So they're dealing with it themselves. So they're taking responsibility. Mm-hmm. So it's all about taking responsibility, because check this out, the flip. Responsibility, the ability to respond. That's what it really means. Yeah. It gives you the ability to respond to whatever occurs in your life. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, as human beings, men and women, whatever you want to say, we're reactionary. We're very reactionary. And then when we react in such a harsh manner, we regret our actions. Mm-hmm. When you end up in jail or something. Yeah, it's knee-jerk, isn't it? Yeah, because you're not thinking about the outcome.
You've been taken over.
You've been taken over, been possessed. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah. Going back to what I was on about earlier with the spirit guys. When you activate your spiritual awareness, you'll realize that you got a choice. Most people think that they haven't. They think that they have to do something because of the ego. Yeah. Remember I was talking to you earlier about how people are following the ego instead of their consciousness. So they're ending up in so many, bad bad outcomes for themselves and for other people as well. And then what that happens, because it's a domino effect, you end up doing more and more. It ends up, it's like someone that carries on going, they keep on going back to jail because they've been institutionalized. Yeah. They've been, so it's a mindset. Yeah. People think, shout out to my mentor out there, people think that energy vampires is men and women. Yo, fam, it can just be your mindset. Your mindset. You know what I mean? Because we love to look out and blame somebody else. What I've learned to do is realize, because this is how I tap in every single second, I am responsible for my actions, my thoughts, my words, nobody else. So I'm not going to give that to somebody else. So they're the reason why I'm like this. No, sir. I'm the reason. I take responsibility, and it takes you, and it took me, trust me. You have to strip away that pride. You have to strip away that ego and realize that you're creating reality. Yep. Dr. Joe Dispenza speaks about this. He said, listen, when people are going through so many things and random things are popping up, they don't realize they're creating that. They don't realize they're creating that. Yeah. But you are. It's just that you haven't tapped into the divine, you haven't tapped into the universal intelligence. So you think life's attacking you. But it's not, man. It is really responding to you, man. And you choose to place yourself in any environment that you're in right now. So just have have self-reflection, realize that it's all about because I've done a lot of it. I'm going to speak about it on the thought patterns. Inner engineering so key for us, because if you have a better inner, you're definitely going to have a better outer, because the two worlds are actually merged together. This outer world can be a big illusion for a lot of people because it gives people the illusion of the material, but realistically, it's all coming from the mind anyway. Anything that's been built on this planet is come from the mind. It's all come from imagination. So the real will starts from imagination. Shouts to Neville Goddard, the power of imagination. Our ancestors only built the pyramid because of imagination.
Mm-hmm.
Without imagining it, they couldn't have built it. You have to foresee it before you bring it to this reality. So, I'm big on the mind. It's so crucial for us to work on it because I realize how powerful it is. I'm telling you, I'm so passionate about this. I'll just give you a key thing that can really help you on the journey. You have to be so consistent with working on the mind. The reason why is because there's a program within all of us, and if you don't become player one in your program, somebody else is going to take over because we're an entity. So, like you said, 32 different ancestors.
Mm-hmm.
We're made up of 16 from each side, from your mother and father.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't take authority and take responsibility for your life, somebody else will within the spiritual realm. So it's so crucial for you to tap in, and live your best life. Just make sure that you keep on taking care of yourself and your family and living your best life, man, because that's what it's all about. Because the more that you can be more productive for self is the more that you can be more productive for others as well. It's all interconnected. It's so key for us to tap in right now because there's more to come. There's more to come. Interesting times
ahead.
I put on the Telegram yesterday. Shouts to the lady out there. She was talking about the vibrational changes of the planet and how it's going to affect people's bodies, and they have to be at a certain frequency in order for them to transition with the planet, because the planet's elevated, and Penny Kelly talks about that as well. So it's so crucial for us to raise our energy, because if you don't, you're going to have to suffer the consequences, because your body's not going to be able to adapt. And she said it's going to be harder for the people that are older. So if you're older out there, just try your best to raise your vibration, because big changes are coming. The new world is it's appearing right now in front of our faces.
Yeah, it's been birthed as we speak.
Yeah. These
I'm gonna chat to you.
Yeah.
Just before we wrap up, let me just touch on the bank closures, because there's a lot of bank closures taking place, right? So as of the 13th of September 2023, there are hundreds of planned bank closures across the UK, with HSBC announcing 114 bank closures in 2023, Lloyd's closing at least 107 in total this year, and in 2024 NatWest having 140 scheduled to shut. Hear that? 140. Oh my goodness. They're going to shut their doors forever. Barclays closing 156 sites in 2023 and 2024. Halifax closing 62 branches this year and next. Santander closing 5. Virgin Money closing 40. Nationwide closing 2. TSB closing 9 sites. Bank of Scotland closing 26 branches. RBS closing 4. Lloyd's Banking Group, which includes Halifax, Lloyd's Bank and Bank of Scotland, closed the most. Yeah, branches of all the high street banks in 2022. So, what can I say? You hear what I'm saying? This is, what I'm saying. I'm just reading this off the internet. I'm making it up. These are what the figures that they put out. So with all these bank closures, what are they trying to tell? Oh no. The restrictions have already come about with NatWest. Now you can only pay 250 in and withdraw 250 out. Okay, it reminds me of Greece, when Greece went into their collapse. Yeah, that's what they restricted them to. Or it might have been less than that because it was euros. Yeah, and they had long queues of people, because literally that country went belly up. Long queues of people for streets and streets and streets. queuing up to get whatever they could get out, their allowance for that day. And at the same time, you got raging inflation. So whatever was drawing out, by the time they got to the shops with it, you couldn't buy nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what happened. They've already given us those examples with Cyprus and Greece. We've seen it there. Argentina's had that many defaults, but these have been individual countries and little isolated Zimbabwe, Wyoming Republic, whatever. Now we're talking on a global scale. This is calamity. You know what I mean? The mother of all calamities. That's what's going to come. So prepare yourself, protect yourself, do what you need to do to make sure that you have what you need. I don't care what you want to stock up on. If it's what you eat, buy it and put it down there, especially the tin goods and the dry food. You know what I'm saying? You can go to a lot of these Asian stores and buy these 15, 20 kilogram bags of rice. Buy them and put them down there, because you know what I'm saying, if you have little water, you can stretch little rice. Okay, the nutrition might not be that wonderful, but guess what? For a short period of time, to tide you over, it will save you. Do you get what I'm saying? So please don't be caught out, because those supermarkets, trust me, like how the people were going crazy in 2020 for toilet paper, and I kill them one another for toilet paper. You see how the control that they have over the minds of the zombies. All they've got to do is say, right, okay, let's say that word, and everybody reacting, and people carry on like an absolute moron. Now they're going to be fighting over food, and they will kill each other in those supermarkets over that food that's on that shelf, because those are the ones that are going to get the information come through to them. Finally the penny drop when all hell is broken loose, and that's when you're going to see the pandemonium. Because if everybody was happening, sharing the knowledge that we've got and the information that we've got, and people have started to stock up from 2-3 years ago. So I've been talking about this since we've been on here in 2020. You know what I'm saying, about what was coming. Little you buy, you do your shopping, and you just buy a little extra every week. By the time a year, 2-3 years gone by, guess what? You've got a pantry full of food. Now you can't get that pantry full of food when you get an emergency alert on your phone saying, yo, some calamity is taking place, everybody needs to lock down in the lame yard. Boom. That's it. Whatever you've got in there is what is going to have to sustain you whilst you're there. And how long is that going to be there? 3 days of darkness? 10, 14, 12? I don't know. But if you had to stay in your yard for whatever reason today for 7 days, tell me, would you have what you need? And when I say that, I mean without electricity and without water. No running water, no electricity. Tell me how you'd manage. Okay. I'll wait for your responses in the comments. I mean, I said, oh, I would have fart. Me done my youth.
You gotta laugh, you know, because the pattern is beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Thank you.
Big ups to all of you out there, you know, and keep on living your best life. Keep on realizing that you got the power within this present moment. Stay focused, and yeah, it's a flip, no rehearsal, no script, no acting going on, and keep working on your mind, body, and soul in order to achieve your goals. Because we're there, yeah, with you.
Spiritually.
You don't know, bro and sis. Stay blessed. STS and Lady Crown over and out. Peace and blessings.
Peace, my people.
Peace.
Have a strong day.